Hi, race fans, welcome. We're here, short track racing tonight here. Got the paperclip style here tonight of Martinsville with the Sim500 SimSpeedShop.com Truck Series. Live, and as always, Joe Wade up here in the booth, accompanied by Gerald West. Gerald, how you doing?
Hey, Joe, I'm hanging in there, buddy.
Man, I'll tell you what, short track racing and start of 8 drivers here, whittling it down a little bit. Slowly but surely getting to those 4 drivers that'll vie for a championship.
Yeah, we're on to the next round. So they've narrowed it down to 8 of them. And if you were one of those lucky 8, congratulations, because that's a lot of hard work. Long season here. And, you know, coming off of Talladega, coming straight to Martinsville, man, it makes it really interesting here tonight. I can't wait to see the racing action that goes on here tonight. Track should be a little warm. Be a little slick. A lot of fun, though.
Yeah, I'm with you on that one. There's definitely going to be an interesting one here. Like I say, well, you know, the top 8 guys that are racing tonight as far as points-wise goes. You got E.J. O'Rourke sitting on top, Timothy Johnson there in second, Chad Coleman third, Jose Gonzalez sitting in fourth, Dave Comstock fifth, you got Steve Goschalk 6th, Justin Fuller 7th, and around out the top 8 there, Joe Hudson. And I tell you, so those 8 drivers, they're looking to have a good night here. And it's this track, well, it's not a Talladega, but man, I tell you, it's still nerve-wracking like Talladega.
Oh, yeah, man. And, you know, you got a lot of trucks here at this little paperclip style track, you know, and it's a very, very small track. You get on the brakes really hard, and sometimes, you know, people brake at different times, so we might see some collisions there early on when they're all stacked up. Passing, it's not the easiest thing to do. You know, usually, maybe if you're lucky, you can let somebody let you on by there, but it's gonna be fun.
Oh yeah, no doubt about it. You know, Martinsville, you come about it, usually ends up being like maybe a one groove track. You know, it's just very, you know, it's a hard place to pass, but the bump and run, you know, we hear it time and time again. That comes into play too.
Yeah, you know, and I put it into effect in my league race last night. It worked out for me, kind of, I guess you could say. He wasn't too happy about it. But yeah, you know, it's definitely a tool you can put that you got in your toolbox. If you need to use it, you might have to pull it out.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, just don't get mad if it gets done back to you. You know, that's the way I look at it. Don't do it too early. But definitely, you know, it's short track racing. It can happen either way. As we're getting set here to grid these guys up here tonight, Sim500 SimSpeedShop.com. Looks like Dave Comstock, though. He's looking good. He's putting it on pole as of right now here tonight as we're getting set to grid them up here to go racing here at Martinsville tonight. And these boys, man, are getting all kind of excited as Dave Comstock puts it out front. Justin Fuller's going to start in second. Third place starter Scott Simley. Tommy Ryan sitting in the 4th place. 5th place starter tonight, Chad Coleman. Ryan Howard starting in 6th. Starting 7th place, E.J. O'Rourke. Bobby Terrell starting in 8th. 9th place starter, Mike Kelly. And around the top 10, you got Douglas Hess. Look through the rest of this field here, man. It's a who's who here at the Sim500. These guys are about to tackle, well, what they call the paperclip here of Martinsville short track racing.
Yeah, and how about that time Dave Comstock put down there, 19.9 something. He's looking really good, and coming in as one of the chase drivers, you know, I think he's 5th on the points in the chase. He's looking good starting up front. I mean, that's probably where I would want to be, on the front row or somewhere a little bit further back. I'm not a typical I don't really like to be up front early in these races. These guys, they drive really hard. But, you know, hey, you got to make a decision early on and roll with it.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, as far as like where to start here, maybe at a track like Martinsville, this place can be tough to pass on. I didn't do too bad. I'm kind of like you. I mean, I usually started maybe the middle and the back, but I always kind of just raced my own race, you know, because, you know, you're normally going to see some cautions or something. I always wanted to just be patient, see if I could, you know, miss a lot of wrecks.
Yeah, that's a great strategy. Just zone yourself in, run your own race. Don't really focus on a whole lot of stuff other guys are doing unless you're looking for speed somewhere. But yeah, man, I mean, that's a good mentality to come into a race like Martinsville. Zero fast repairs here, so they're going to have to be very careful.
Absolutely. And, you can come away with a little bit of damage in this place here. Obviously, it's just not like the super speedway at Talladega, where the aerodynamics play a huge, huge factor. I mean, here tonight, you could maybe crinkle a few side fenders, hit a few walls here and there.
Yeah.
Actually seen a couple cars and trucks, man, come out here without no fenders and actually run. So we'll just have to see what happens here tonight.
Yeah, you just don't want to get too much damage there. It'll affect the handling of the car and slow that thing down quite a bit. But you're right. Yeah, a little dent here and there shouldn't hurt anything at a small track here at Martinsville. And I can't wait. They're almost green, Joe.
Absolutely, we're going to do another pace around this place here tonight here at Martinsville. That's right. We're going short track racing. We was at the super speedway last week in a thriller. This week, short track. So they had nerves last week. They definitely meant their nerves are going to get racked here. We're getting set to go green flag racing here for the start of it. 8 drivers tonight. They're going to be in for the points here and already kicking off on a wild one here. But Dave Comstock, he's out front. Going to lead them around as the green flag's going to fly. Here we go. We're racing in Martinsville.
Boogity, boogity. There they go, Joe.
Man, and they're already side by side. Yeah, I mean, that inside lane would be the one that I would probably want to definitely be in for right now. As the outside, for the most part, I've never seen it work really well here at Martinsville. But you can already see a good battle here for the lead. I mean, they got good tires, so right now's the time to try it.
Absolutely, yeah. Good time to search around, but Dave Comstock and Justin Fuller, they're battling for that number 1 spot. And, I can't really see which line's faster than the other, but I know Tommy Ryan's looking to move in on them as soon as he can, and Ryan Howard as well.
Absolutely. We just see David right there. He just spun a little bit coming out. Now, obviously, going into the turn, you'd say your inside lane would be dominant, but coming off, sometimes you get that run, and look at that. He overdrove it and almost lost that thing going into the turn. Justin Fuller did.
Yeah, locked the rear brakes up there, and it kicked out on him, and I was just getting ready to say, that high side has a little bit more control over how the race is handled, because he can hold you down there and you can bump him back up the track a little bit, but for the most part, the outside line should be a faster way around. But yeah, they're getting hard on the brakes entering these corners, so I'm pretty sure Justin's adjusting that brake bias up a little bit more towards the front.
I'll tell you a little thing I used to do. Yeah, obviously I'd adjust the brake bias, but I'd also adjust the sensitivity on the pedal so that it would not lock up or chatter the brakes. There's one thing about this track we talk about mostly in road course racing over the course of a race. Now, they probably won't feel it here because they're not going to run 500 laps or 400 laps, what they normally would run at this place. Only 180 laps here tonight, but brake fade won't be a factor here like it is in a road course. But if they was to run a full-on style race, then yeah, you would actually start to really feel it.
Yeah, and I think iRacing's going to try to implement, that bead heating up around that tire, because, at Martinsville, these brakes, they get really hot here because you're on the brakes an awful lot here. And Justin Fuller drops back and forth, just after that little incident there. So before he could get back in line, he had already lost about 3 spots.
And just to give you an idea, E.J. O'Rourke comes in leading the points here in this one. He's back in 7th. Timothy Johnson right now, he's in 11th, who is 2nd. Chad Coleman up in the 6th. Jose Gonzalez, though, is probably the one driver right now. He's back in 12th. Now, Dave Comstock out front leading it. You've got Steve Goschalk, though, who is back in 19th. Justin Fuller, we just mentioned him, there in 4th. But Joe Hudson, well, let's see where he's at. He's back in... Where's Joe Hudson at? I don't even see Joe Hudson. He out there tonight?
Yeah, I thought he was, yeah.
Well, look, right now, I don't...
I don't see
In
him.
my eyesight, yeah. I don't. You know what? Wow. You want to talk about putting yourself in a hole early on? Joe Hudson not here tonight, and you know that's, man.
Yeah, it's gonna hurt.
That's gonna hurt
Beginning
bad,
of round
yeah.
2 here.
Wow. Okay. All right. Just saw that one there, but right now Dave Comstock, he's doing what he needs to do to you know, keep points alive. Now, obviously, in the chase here is a little different than real life style NASCAR. It's not a win and you're into the next segment. You actually have to race yourself in for points. So even though Dave Comstock was to, let's say, was to win here tonight, or any of these drivers to win top 8 tonight, it's not that they're in, but they would definitely put themselves in a good position as points wise go.
Yeah, every point's going to matter here in every round of this, you know, every race from here on out. So they're going to try to do the best that they can. And, you know, starting on the pole here, Dave Comstock really gives himself a good shot at getting some points. Looks like Tommy Ryan's starting to pull up on the back end. And what a great start by all these drivers here. You usually see a caution early on, and it's been green.
It absolutely is. And that's the thing about Martinsville. Maybe they understand that this place is tricky. It's definitely hard to pass. I mean, it's not going to be uncommon for the guys to pull up on the back bumper of someone else, like you just noted in there with Tommy Ryan. Yeah, he probably could catch him, but passing, man, is going to be the thing. Now, we talked about the bump and run. Obviously, it's way too early to do that, because you got to understand, you do that to the driver, man, you better run, is all I got to say.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Bump and run as fast as possible, because, you know, I'm sure there's already been a few bump and runs out there through the field. You know, I've been kind of watching the drivers up front here, but these guys in the back probably already did a few bump and runs as well.
Yeah, you know, to try to get through the field, it's just so hard to pass here. I mean, you know, you're watching right here, Justin Fuller. He's working over the back of Ryan Howard. He might could get to that back bumper of him, but you just can't get around here. Typical Martinsville, that inside lane really has always been the place here to be. It's always just been kind of one of those one groove style tracks, unfortunately, and I just don't think they've ever figured out a way to make it a multi-groove style track.
Yeah, you know, when you're single file, sometimes you can get that high line of work, and Justin Fuller with another great save there as he dove down into 3, and I'm sure it's the brake bias he's running, and he's trying to get the best he can on entry, but it's kind of hurting him sometimes. They're locking up the rear end. But yeah, Joe, you're right.
A lot of times too, you got to look at tire wear. He keeps doing that. It could tear up those tires out here. That's something you don't want to do. Like I said, I practiced this place when I ran here before. You know, I put probably 500-600 laps around here and the only thing I really was concentrating on there, Gerald, was what you were talking about. Entry into the turn, brakes. I wanted that truck to where it did, when I hit the brakes, it didn't chatter the front tires, because it's so easy to do here. You're carrying so much speed. It's almost like 2 drag strips and then just, you know, 2 turns or 4 turns on each end. And you've got to come into that turn and just whoa it down real quick.
Yeah, these guys are driving. I tell you that. You know, they are driving both hands, both feet. They are on it right now. A lot of driving in here at Martinsville. And, you know, entry at the corner, one of the most important things. So, you know, when you get those tires heated up like that, you slide that truck a little bit. You know, it takes a lap or 2 for those things to come back around, you know, where they should be, because they lose a little bit of rubber each time you do that, and they heat up.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. You just definitely don't want that to happen. And, you know, when we talk about chatter, is basically when these guys come in, you just feel the front tires, man, kind of just bop, 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 bop across the pavement a little bit. Or you can lock them up real easy. That's another thing I didn't want it to do. I didn't want it to lock up going into the turn. So there's a lot of little tricks you can do as far as adjusting sensitivity. I have a load cell. I could adjust a lot of that, man, on my rig. A lot of these guys can adjust their sensitivities in the iRacing settings. You can do that. The pressure of what you put on the brakes, it's almost like in real life here. I mean, you really got to, scientifically, you can get in there and mess around and make that truck feel, you know, like you want it to. If you're a heavy braker, well, then maybe you want to back out on a lot of that pressure stuff. If you're a light braker, then you can get away with more sensitive.
Yeah, and I bet that's what these guys were doing in practice, was trying to nail down that braking. That's one of the most important parts of this track here. So yeah, a lot of practice goes into the braking aspect of it. And you know, when you're out there running laps, you got to be consistent at how you run the truck, and just do it over and over again. Repetitiveness here. But right now, everybody looks single file. They're just kind of riding around 25 laps in.
Yeah, there is. I mean, again, very, very patient out here. I just got to take it back. Typical Martinsville race. You know, it's way early. I mean, we're at lap 26 of 180, which will go by very quickly to keep with the pace that they're going at right now. But you don't want to find yourself in trouble. You don't want to tear up the truck. You see a lot of guys moving up. Watching Jose Gonzalez right here in the 12th place spot. He moved up there on Timothy Johnson. Just can't get the run going in. Now, Timothy kind of overdrove the turn and let the door open for Jose. And if Jose was close enough, he could have slid up in there.
Yeah. I mean, you know, it's just small, minor mistakes. Oh, he drove it down in there now, and got a good run through the center of the corner. And that little tap there with the 55 of Timothy Johnson opened up the door for the 59 to slide in there. So Sean Casto's riding the high side now on the outside of Jose.
Yeah, and a little beating and banging, and that's some short track racing right there, rubbing some paint side by side. You see Jose's trying to hold on to it. Now behind him, you got the 6 machine there, Jonathan Lockhart and Nick Silver. And he got into him, and that is not what they wanted to happen. Oh, wow. Man, Steve Goschalk is around too. Wow, that is not how they wanted that to end. Let's go back on the replay, watch it again. I was actually watching it live, but it looked like Sean Castro actually got a little loose, and then Jose just barely got into the back while he was still loose, and then just, man, sent him around. Wow.
I'm not sure if he got loose on his own or not, because they were fighting pretty hard there with Jose on the inside. And great move by Douglas Hess. Unfortunately, he got a little bit of damage from it. He didn't hit nothing too hard, though, but he almost had that thing missed there, and him and Steve got together.
Yeah.
So a couple of trucks got caught up in that one, Joe, and we got 1 or 2 maybe out, and it looks like Jose's one of them.
Yeah, that's what I'm about to say. Is here's the problem: is you got Jose tore that truck all to pieces. Probably not going to be happy about that one. And you know, he's come in here 4th in points. This would definitely be devastating to him to lose a lot. Steve Goschalk, though, coming in 6th in points. Definitely. Now the good thing is you know, there's only 23 trucks out here running, so you know, if they can get it fixed, get it back out, maybe they won't lose too much, you know. But they're gonna be in a hole, man, here early on.
Oh yeah, man, I hate to see it, you know, for any of these drivers getting caught up in that. And you know, it looked like Jose just may have thought he was clear of him, barely caught that left rear of Sean Casto. And John, man, he did everything he could to hang on to it, man. He just couldn't do it.
Yeah, good run by him right there. So, wow. So already some interesting action involving some points players here tonight. Jose Gonzalez, Steve Goschalk up in there. You know, a little short track racing. That's just a product of what happens at this place.
Yeah, and, you know, I'm surprised it didn't happen any sooner than that, you know. They went quite a while there, yeah, from the initial start there all the way up to, what, lap 30, 29 or 30.
Yeah.
So, you know, that's one heck of a run, and that just shows you how good these guys really are.
Yeah, no doubt. That's right, Cody. Making left turns and beating and banging here. Short track racing, Martinsville style. Sim500 SimSpeedShop.com Truck Series. And EJ O'Rourke's going to come out here leading this one as of right now. Timothy Johnson. Oh, excuse me, my bad. I'm looking at the points. EJ O'Rourke is leading the points. Dave Comstock's going to still be the leader. Now, he's looking to capitalize on points. He come in 5th in the points here. Tommy Ryan's still there in 2nd. Talking about EJ, he's up in the 5th along with Ryan Howard, who was blinking a little bit. You saw that.
Yeah, I seen it a little bit earlier, too. And looks like they're going to delay this one.
All right, so we got Scott Simley, who, man, I tell you what, just missed the cutoff. He's ninth in points there, and I know he's probably thinking, man, if I'd have just made it, I'd probably had a good day today so far, sitting in 6th. Mike Kelly's there 7th. Chad Coleman up to 8th. Bobby Terrell 9th. Nick Timms right there in 10th. So
yeah, Nick's actually tied with Scott Simley for that 9th spot. So both of those guys just barely missed it.
Hated on that end, but we're getting set to go back green flag here at Martinsville. It'll be lap 36 when they cross that line of 180 under caution. First time here tonight. A couple of the chase contenders involved. Jose, Steve Goschalk involved in that one. Pace cars in. Wrap around that turn right fast. Dave Comstock in the 42 machine. I'll bring them to the line as here we go. Green flag flies. We're back racing here at Martinsville.
And they're doing a whole lot more turning left, Joe. It's a lot of hard work out there these guys are doing. It is not easy at all. So I know they're turning left, but they're also turning right as well.
Yeah, this place here, man, is really hard on you as far as, like I say, with the braking and with the turning and just the mental, side of it too. It's so quick going around this place lap after lap.
And Justin Fuller, man, moving back up towards the front here, battling with Tommy Ryan. He's got Tommy to his outside there. Fuller comes from about 4th or 5th there after that pit stop. He's up here looking for that number 2 spot. He's going to get it from Tommy Ryan there. See if he can run down Dave Comstock now. That's
what he needs right there. Good run here tonight. He's sitting in 2nd. Tommy Ryan falls back to 3rd. Ron Howard right there sitting in the 4th. E.J. O'Rourke, he's sitting up there in 5th. Mike Kelly 6th. Scott Simley sitting in the 7th spot. Everybody's back out kind of single file. I'd have to really go way back here to back where Nick Silver and Josh Parker is, where you go side by side between them two.
Yeah, Nick Silver using that high side there with Josh Parker down on the bottom, and you know how fast Josh is, and he's looking to get up towards the front, but he's also got a fast truck behind him there, that 51 of Nick Timms. He pulled right up to the back bumper while these guys are racing side by side. It's kind of hard. You might want to let it go. Steve Gottschalk got a little out of whack there. That 91 machine kind of stacked the field up just a little bit.
Yeah, Steve. Man, Steve's just not having the night he wants. At least he's back out there. He's going to kind of maximize the points here tonight. As Jose Gonzalez, unfortunately, out of this one, so he's going to finish 23rd position tonight. So a huge hit. Yeah, it's going to be in the points for him.
Yeah, and that's my driver, so I hate to see that for Jose, man. He was out there running hard. And what just happened there was some running hard, too. It looked like Steve, those guys almost went 3 wide down into 3, and it just wasn't going to work. But they hang on to it. No caution. All good. Everybody's going.
Absolutely. Well, that's in the back of the field. Is back up front. Still Dave Comstock leading this one. Justin Fuller right there in tow. They're all single file, kind of nose to tail right now. They're running through here. What's up, Oliver? How you doing? Appreciate everybody tuning in. It was Martinsville style racing here. Short track. As we're talking about it, we're in the chase here tonight. And the man out front, Dave Comstock, he is coming in. He came in here tonight 5th in the points. And he's looking to maybe capitalize on some great points tonight.
If you come out of Martinsville and capitalize on some points, it doesn't get no better than that, besides celebrating that win. But right now he's got to worry about that 52 because Justin's getting a lot bigger in his mirror.
Yes, he is. He's going to be back there. As long as he can protect, I think if he can protect that inside lane, he should be okay unless Justin decides, let me move you out the way. But I think it's way, way too early to be even kind of thinking about that because, like I say, you move a guy out of the way, better be prepared for that guy to come. I hope he don't get back to your bumper again.
Well, that's Aftermath Motorsports right there, 1-2. So hopefully the team, for the team, they won't do that. But, yeah, they got to stay ahead of Tommy right now. And Tommy is all over Justin Fuller. He's followed him right up to the back end of Dave Comstock. So watch out for him. But the 4, the 4 of these top 4 have separated themselves from EJ, our points leader. EJ running in 5th, but look at the distance between Ryan Howard and EJ O'Rourke, and Ryan, he's not even up against Tommy. So the top 3's really found something.
I see that. Found something to be able to run around this place here. Is like I said, E.J. O'Rourke's back there in the 5th place. Ron Howard sitting in 4th. Mike Kelly's right there behind them. As E.J. kind of goes a little bit high right there, almost opened the door up for the number 2 there, Mike Kelly. Scott Simley is looking at where he needs to be. And you got Timothy Johnson in the mix, Bobby Terrell, and actually you got Nick Silver and Timothy Johnson going to go side by side.
Ooh, that's some racing right there, And I was watching Mike Kelly, speaking of Mike Kelly, in practice, and, man, he was really smooth, so you got to watch out for that too. But, yeah, they are drag racing across the start-finish line right now. And Nick, he spent a lot of time on the high side there earlier, so he knows how to run the high side. Now he's down on the bottom. So he's getting a feel of this track, man, and he's had a lot of competition up on the outside of that 15 as Josh Parker goes around right behind him.
Yes, he does. Josh Parker's around. I was also watching Chad Coleman there for a moment. He bumped into the back of Scott Simley, and almost he just gave him a shot in his back there. But Josh Parker was behind them, and Josh just kind of overdrove the turn. And when he overdrove the turn, that thing just looped around. Luckily, he didn't hit anything.
Yeah, he didn't hit a thing, so great job by him and all the drivers that got through there. But, yeah, he locked it down. He went in a little high, got hard on the brake, and that thing just come around. They're using a lot of rear brake to help that car get into the corner, a little better. It helps it turn in, so to speak.
There you go. Well, pit stops here. Everybody's going to make them right now, get the 4 tires and fuel here.
Except for Chad, he's going to take his points. He's going to get some bonus points here, and then he'll come in.
Yeah, man. Tell you, he came in. Actually, Chad Coleman came in 3rd in points here tonight. Now, and I'll tell you, for the guys who have dominated the regular season, we talk about Chad Coleman, who pretty much dominated the regular season. It's almost like Nick Cohan dominated the whole regular season, and man, the chase though has not been kind to him so far.
Yeah, and Trey Edson, he really showed up this season. Unfortunately, he's not in the chase. He come in a little late to the season, I believe. So, yeah, he won 5 races. So, that's one guy they don't have to worry about in this chase is him. And
yeah, absolutely. What's that?
Oh, I was trying to figure out Nick. I got a little,
yeah, little tongue tied there. Yeah, I hear you, man.
But yeah, I was just saying, that Trey Edson and Nick, Cohan, they don't have to worry about those 2 guys.
Yeah, absolutely, and that's 2 guys they don't have to worry about right there. You're right. Chad Coleman looks like he's not coming in. He's actually going to stay out and see if he can't do what he get. Yeah, I'm tough like call, you. That is a tough one. I don't know if I would have done it. But again, this place is so hard to pass. It's a tough place, man, to get around. If he can get out front, he can make life really hard there for Justin Fuller because Dave Comstock's going to want to get back up there in the front side.
Yeah, these guys are having a little bit of trouble under pace here. Okay, we're not going green. Yeah.
No, not yet, no.
I was watching Sean Casto. He was the lucky dog, and he almost went a lap down again, and he had to speed off of pit road to get in front of that pace car. So he's going to be starting in the back anyway, so it's not a big deal. It's just a thing that we do. If we're getting ready to get passed by the pace car, we'll take that speeding penalty just to get out in front of the pace car.
Oh. Green flag flies. We're back racing here. Chad Cole, he's going to try to get out front. Problem is those tires just not going to hold up 3 wide up front. And this is not what the points guys want to see.
Wow, that was excitement right there, Joe. And the 20, he was the sandwich in the middle. The meat in the middle was Chad Coleman's sandwich there. And he's going to get overrun by these new tires.
Yeah, it is. I mean, that is just not what these chase drivers got because you've got a lot of them. E.J. O'Rourke, Chad Cole, Dave Comstock, Justin Fuller. Obviously, it's what Justin Fuller wants to see. Y'all guys get back there and kill each other.
Yeah, and Justin is starting to stretch it out already as Dave Comstock gets loose coming off turn 4 there right in front of Chad Coleman. Chad looked like he's kind of got a hold of that thing there for a little bit, but where he's going to lose time at is on entry and through the center of the corner. That's where the other trucks will be faster than him. And Mike Kelly makes contact there with Tommy Ryan.
Hey, good drift job there by Mike Kelly, man, going in. But you're right, I'm already seeing Chad Coleman's having a hard time keeping that truck down. The reason being is, like you said, going in with those older style tires. Just to give you an idea, he's been out there for 28 laps on those tires. Yeah. Now, once he gets settled in, he might be okay because he understands that, man, somebody's going to have to kind of move him out the way. He's just not going to free-handedly, unless he makes a mistake in the turn, he's not going to free-handedly get out the way on the bottom side.
Oh, yeah, and he went for track position, too. So, maybe he was thinking we'd have another caution here in a few laps and everybody would come down pit road again, and then he could come in then, and he'd pick up a lot of spots there. So what that kind of tells me is it must be hard to pass there if he's making calls like that, because that's a tough call to make. And another thing I've noticed is a lot of these trucks have a little bit of damage on them, so they are out there beating and banging just a little bit.
Yeah, out there, man, just knocking some fenders off here at Martinsville with the Sim500, simspeedshop.com. We're in the middle of a chase here. I appreciate everybody tuning in. What's up, Rudy, man? How you doing out there? Appreciate y'all coming in here, watching some short track racing here. We off caution. Came back from caution. These guys are beating and banging. We're at lap 61 and 180 here in the books. Justin Fuller done what he needed to do, get out front. He's about 8/10, 7/10 ahead of Dave Comstock. And, the old saying is, catching and passing is two different things, Gerald.
Oh, yeah, and he did both. He caught and passed one way or the other because, he fell back to about 4th or 5th there early on that first start. And he's worked his way back up to take control of this thing, and he's starting to stretch it out there a little bit over Dave Comstock. Dave might be taking it a little bit easier than Justin. We know how hard Justin drives. He's a very, very fast driver, and it's two different driving styles here too. So we'll see how it goes. If it goes long, then it might be in Dave Comstock's favor there.
Hey, you know what? I'm looking right here with E.J. O'Rourke. How long does he remain patient behind Chad Coleman? It looks like he's a lot faster going into the turns. My question is, I know he doesn't want to get up there, rattle his cage or wreck him or anything like that, but at what point do you say, okay, I've got these guys breathing down my neck, man, look, I'm going to have to make a move.
Yeah, EJ's rotating a little better through the center there, getting in a little bit better, and he's able to get back to the throttle a little bit better. So, he's being very patient with that 20, but it's allowing Tommy Ryan and those other guys to get away. So he's probably not going to remain patient too long. He'll find an opening and take it here as soon as he sees it, I'm sure.
Hey, what's up, Brian Warman? How you doing? Yeah, man, well, have fun out there at Kansas. I know, man, you'll have a ball out there at the real track. That'll be awesome, dude, man. Good to see you out there as we're here, Martinsville style. But you're right. You can tell right there he is just getting a run. He just, he obviously could get up there, put the boot to him if he wanted to. But, good sportsman. I'm just looking, though, he's losing a lot of ground to the guys in front.
Yeah, well, if you look at lap times, though, I think he's finally got a handle on that thing. So they are running them down just a little bit. So maybe EJ sees that, and maybe Chad ain't that much slower now that he's got, got it going again and got a feel of what he's working with. Now he's able to run some pretty quick laps there. It looks like he's still running the 21:0 mark there. So that's the same lap times as the 42 of Dave and the 66 of Tommy Ryan.
Yeah, you got that right. And the fastest guy out there is obviously Justin Fuller, who's running 20s and 20.9s out there. But you can just see EJ, he's just being very patient. You got Mike Kelly behind him, Ryan Howard, excuse me, I was about to say Ryan Howard back there in 7th, Timothy Johnson up to 8th, Scott Simley to 9th, Bobby Terrell up in the 10th. All them guys are just nose to tail, man. And what's up, old No? How you doing out there, man? We'll see Dave Comstock if he's going to run down Justin Fuller. He's a little bit off the pace, so he's not been able to run him down like he was before.
Yeah, he's being very consistent, though. I've been watching their lap times out there, and, Justin, he is really hammered down. He is, trying to get every bit he can get out there. So if Dave Comstock's being a little bit more easy on it and this thing runs out, he might have a shot at it, because we seen Justin, he got hard on the brakes a few times and it cocked sideways on him. So he might be out there just pushing as hard as he can right now, and that's not a good thing.
And, also, too, though, he could be out there just kind of running his own race. Because obviously, like you said, a couple times right there in the back, he was kind of overdriving the truck, I think, to try to get around and, making some mistakes. Mental mistakes definitely is another thing here at this track. And you can see back here with EJ and all them, Timothy Johnson, who made the pass right there on Ron Howard for the 7th place spot. I think these guys realize now, I think Chad, even though the lap time showed Chad Cole's on that, the same speed, I got a feeling I think EJ and them behind them and all these guys are faster. It's just the product of this track. It's kind of you're kind of stuck.
Well, if you look at the guys in front of him, Chad Coleman, the lap before this one was faster than both of the guys in front of him. Of course, Justin Fuller had a nice lap time, so he was about riding where Justin ran. So he's figured it out, and it's holding on. Look at Mike Kelly make a move there to the inside. Yeah, the 55.
Am I going to have to let you get Tim's glasses, because the last lap times that Chad Coleman ran was a 21.4 to a 21.1.
Yeah, the one before that, he was a 10th and a half faster.
Come on now. Look,
I've been staring at him. See that right there?
Yeah, 21.5 to a 21.0.
That's a big difference right
there. That's a huge one. That's huge. But you can see EJ now has that inside lane, and I got a feeling it's just going to be a matter of time, because you can see Chad Coleman starting to fight that rear end of that truck. It's just, he's been out there for 47 laps. You just really can't match that against guys been out there for 26 laps. Obviously tire wear here, but it's just so hard to pass. And that's the thing about this track. It is so tough to get around a guy, and make a pass.
Yeah, and he tried it, and he failed at it that time. Chad was able to hold him off there on the high side. He kind of pinched him down a little bit on the exit, man. That's all he needed to clear him there.
Yeah, and good driving job by EJ, because obviously he could get up there, like we just said, rattle the cage, move him out the way a little bit. But he is driving him very clean, sportsman-wise here. Way too early for any of that stuff. Hey, if we were in the last probably 2, 3, 4 laps, I got a feeling Chad Cole probably wouldn't be in the position he was in now.
Oh, yeah. And Mike Kelly, he's been fighting. He got up next to the 55, and then he kind of dropped back behind the 33, and then made another move up here trying to get past Ryan Howard, and he's just kind of trying to work his way up through, but he's having a little bit of trouble.
Yeah, I see that. Mike Kelly right now, he is definitely, he's on the inside there. Ryan Howard's going to try to take that high side. Timothy Johnson there. I think EJ understands that, these guys back here might be getting a little bit, they're getting a little impatient behind them, because they're starting to battle up there, and they're closing up on the back end of EJ. We'll just have to see. Obviously, if Chad can hold off to green flag pit stops, hey, he'll make this move look like $1 million.
Yeah, he's been out there a lot longer than them, so he's going to have to pit before they will. He's definitely going to be on a different strategy, but you can get a lot of laps here at Martinsville in these trucks.
Absolutely.
I'm not sure if they could go the rest of the way or not, but it'd be close.
And a caution was a fly. He definitely looked like $1 million right now. Good battle here. Ryan Howard along with Mike Kelly. Mike Kelly's the outside. Timothy Johnson there's eating the back end of E.J. O'Rourke up here at Martinsville tonight for the Sim500, simspeedshop.com. As you got Justin Fuller still out front in control. Dave Comstock there in second. Tommy Ryan's third. Chad Coleman sitting in the fourth, which is what we're watching this battle here, who has been out there for 53 laps on his tire so far. Most everybody else has only been out there for 33.
Oh, yeah. Mike Kelly, man, I've just been keeping an eye on him. He's been a lot of racing going on for the two. I think he's decided to just chill out for a second and take another run at it here later on. But he had that truck all the way up there, almost clear of that 55, and now he's back behind Ryan. So those guys was giving him some trouble.
Oh, I noticed I saw a truck smoking in Douglas Hess. Just lost it coming out of the turn, hit the inside wall, blew that thing up. He's done.
Oh yeah, I heard that.
All right, well, up front, back up to where we were watching here. As you still got these guys, men, on top of each other. That'd be like E.J. O'Rourke, Timothy Johnson, Ryan Howard, Mike Kelly. Well, they are pushing and shoving on each other right here.
It's been a lot of fun watching this group here. I haven't even been watching Justin a whole lot. He's out to about a second lead there over Dave Comstock, so there ain't a whole lot to watch there. You know, all the fun's right here with these guys.
Absolutely. Been kind of eyeing it there, but we'll get a quick shot up here, man, to see what old Justin's doing as he's modulating around this paperclip style track here at Martinsville. Now behind him, Tommy Rhines ran down Dave Comstock. He's right there on his back deck lid. We'll see if those two actually going to side. They're going to do a little bit of battling. But back here, man, where we were, E.J. O'Rourke, Timothy Johnson, Ryan Howard, Mike Kelly, they're all, man, just on top of each other.
Yeah, it's starting to stack up just a little bit, but there's enough room for them. They're just fine. And, you know, they are. Dave Comstock is kind of running down Justin Fuller there ever so slightly, just a little bit each lap. But yeah, he's way out front still. 8-9 of a second lead here is quite a ways at Martinsville.
Absolutely. So we're getting set here, man, to I think, I'm like you, I'm not sure how long they can go green flag wise. I mean, obviously Chad Coleman would probably tell us here soon. He's been out for 60 laps right now. I'm gonna say they could probably go, what, about 80 laps maybe?
Yeah, somewhere between 80 and 100 or so.
All right, good portion
Maybe
here.
more than that. I'm not sure though.
Yeah, it could be. Yeah, well, I know they're not running 100% fuel, so
Yeah, 70.
So yeah, I ain't even gonna try to calculate it up. But
Yeah, I think you're about right though.
Yeah, it would give or take, we'll say around 80 or something like that. But either way, it could, you know, could be more, could be less. As like we said, Chad Coleman's been out for 61. Everybody else pretty much 40 laps out there. And you can see E.J. O'Rourke having a little bit of a hard time keeping that truck down low as he goes in a little bit high going into the turns.
Yeah, and you know, looking at the data, I don't even think Chad Coleman has been in his stall yet in this race. So he might have came down pit road, but I don't think he actually stopped in it. I could be wrong.
I haven't. It's saying he hasn't pitted at all, and everybody else has made 2 pit stops. So he's been out pretty much the whole.
Yeah.
Well, he's had to come in at least once. He's only been out there for 63 laps. I don't know why it's not saying.
Yeah, it's showing him he came down pit road, but it's not showing his box.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
So maybe he did come down and decided, or maybe he missed his box the first time and he kept on rolling through. So I don't know.
Yeah. Wow. Okay.
Interesting though. 'Cause if that's the case, that would put him at 94 laps.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, that's what I was about to say, because that would knock the ticker off because it's 65. So that actually would put us where you were talking about, a little over 100 laps to go fully. Wow, that's
either way. I'm sure
way.
that he's looking for a caution, you know, to come out here pretty soon. Because look at the guys starting to pile up behind him. I mean, these guys are really on top of each other now.
And that's what I'm looking at here. And this track's kind of misconceiving. I mean, obviously we're looking at lap times, and normally we do at any other track. But you could just tell by the look of the trucks behind him, the way they're stacking up. It's just a hard place to pass. You know, you can get up on the back end of somebody here, but short from either just blowing by them or moving them out the way, really you're just going to be stacked up. And I got a feeling that's what's happening now. As a lot of these guys behind them here, they're just being so patient. They don't want to get up there, man, and mess anything up. But definitely, somebody eventually is going to get impatient.
Oh yeah, and it's usually a little later on. It's we just passed halfway about 8 laps ago, so it's still early.
Absolutely. And man, I'll tell you what, right there, Timothy Johnson got a little loose coming out of the turn. Mike Kelly was on the inside of him. They'll go door to door here. As you're starting to see now, the longer they go, the more these tire wears. But that is it. I will give Chad Coleman credit. That is impressive what he's doing out there.
Oh yeah, and it just goes to show you that tires is not everything. It does take you a little bit to get going, but after these other guys get about 10 to 20 laps on their tires, then it pretty much evens it out a little bit. And the two on the inside, the 55, this show right here, this is a show that's been going on for at least about 20, 30 minutes. These guys have been battling side by side, off and on, and even Ryan Howard's been in the mixed battle with Mike Kelly. So Mike has been out there racing his butt off, and ouch, the 41 checks up into one, or into three there, the 55 up into the wall just a little bit.
And just like that is what can happen, and just a little bump tap right there. And now you got Mike Kelly on the inside of E.J. O'Rourke, left the door open. You saw Mike Kelly right there battling with Timothy Johnson. It looked like, Mike would get a run going in, but they couldn't go anywhere because the 41 was right there of E.J. And now you've got those two side by side. And this is where a position that probably E.J. doesn't want to be in, because, he's out there running for points.
And this is what Mike's been working on the last, 20, 50 laps or so, is trying to get up there and run down Chad Coleman and those other guys. And now he's finally got a chance. If he can clear E.J. O'Rourke, then all that hard work will pay off. And he's been mighty fast out there running the bottom, and very patient as well.
It is. We'll see if he gets around and clears the 41 right here, as these two will duke it out side by side. If he can clear him, we'll see what he does, if he can get up there to the 20 machine. And see if he's as patient as the 41 of E.J. was.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how many laps it actually takes him to clear the 41. That'd be some good information for us to know.
As old as his tires are, I think it's going to be, just a little bit for him to do, because, like I say, he can get that run going in and through the middle. It's coming off that he's not been able to put the plant power down, and you can see that right now. He definitely goes in through the middle, but man, coming off, just can't do it. If he can maybe keep the nose out front coming off, he might have it going in the next turnaround.
Yeah, and a lot of guys will ride your right rear. That means when you just about got them clear, they'll stick it back in there and ride your right rear, and it's really a blind spot. It's really hard for us to see that. And usually, I don't do that. I go ahead and if you've already gained that much on me, I'm going to go ahead and give it to you. But a lot of guys, man, they use that and they fight back as hard as they can on that outside. They just will not let you go.
And you just saw that with Ryan Howard as a perfect example right there. Mike Kelly almost had him cleared, but just a smidgen on the back rear there. And Ron Howard was able to pull back to the outside of him. The problem is there's nowhere to go for either one of them. They run right up onto the 41 machine. So really, even though they're side by side, doesn't really matter who's got what. They just can't get anything going because, well, Mike Kelly runs up on the 41 and the 33 runs up on him.
Yeah, and that's a product of him not being able to clear that 41, or you could say the 41 not wanting to let him by too easy there, because he pretty much had him 90% clear, but then EJ kept that nose in there on the high side there where he wasn't able to, and then he falls all the way back behind Ron and Ryan Howard, and then tries to make another stab at Ryan, and he clears him again. So he's done past Ryan Howard like 3 times, and he just can't get around the 41, and every time he fails at getting around that 41, he's got a battle with Ryan again.
Yeah, it does. Good battle, man, going on back here. This is actually for the 5th, 6th, and 7th place spot. That's Chad Coleman. Boy, I tell you what, that man's looking like maybe he needs to go buy him some lottery tickets, because he is actually, man, just he spun the wheel and he's looking good.
It'd be a good time to buy a lottery ticket. It's like, what, $900 million for that
no
mega?
Doubt. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, no, I could use one of those.
Just give me 2%, I'll be happy.
That's what I'm saying, man.
I don't need the whole thing. Man, I tell you, but these guys have been able to battle. They've had a great battle in the last, 30 or so, 40 laps.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. That's where all my focus has been, was watching, Mike Kelly, EJ, Chad, and Ryan. Those guys, they've been going back and forth the whole time, while Justin Fuller out front, he's been holding on to about an 0.8 of a second lead there over Dave Comstock, and Tommy Ryan, he's just kind of hanging out there in third. As long as he's got a good eye on Justin Fuller. He don't let Justin get too far away. He's always got a shot at trying to run him down. And Mike Kelly making another move on the 41. Let's see if he can clear him this time. He had him 90% last time. Let's see if he can make it 100.
Absolutely. Just out front, man, looking there just for a second. And the 2's going to clear him. Yeah, but he's just going to say, look, I'm going to just stuff it up there this time.
I bet,
yeah, he's got him this time.
I bet he took a deep breath after that, you know, like a sigh of relief.
Yeah, finally just able to pull that thing to the front side. And I tell you, I think some of the guys coming in for green flag stops. Now we're going to see what Mike Kelly will do if he gets up there. What's up, Metal? How you doing out there? Man, I tell you, it's we're going to see if actually Mike Kelly can get up there and maybe mess with old Chad Coleman.
Yeah, that truck you seen come in was the 9 of Bobby Wetzel. He took it to the garage there behind the wall. So he's had a weird little night. I seen him on and off pit row a couple times. He was 3 laps down there when he took it behind the wall. So, yeah, Mike Kelly's starting to close in on Chad Coleman now. So it shows you how fast that 2 truck is.
Yes, it is. I just got a feeling now if he can get there, what's he going to do? And you talk about trucks out of the race, Bobby Wetzel, Douglas Hess, Jose Gonzalez, Dwight Beverly, and Randy Yoakum out of the race here tonight. So we still got 20 machines out here running.
Oh.
Martinsville, we're in a caution, and I'm going to tell you, that's what Chad Coleman wanted. Let's go. Oh, and Steve Goschak again in the wall. Man, I tell you now, this is not what he wants, but let's go back and see. Oh, him in the 6, man. Looks like the 6 just overdrove the turn. And Timothy Johnson, man, that was almost in front of the leaders, too. Wow.
Oh, yeah, that's another reason they were trying to go real fast there. Yeah, the 6 just kind of drove it down in there, and the 91, not a hard hit, but I'm sure he's going to get a little damage from that. He took a nice little hit there from the 6 in his left front, and then he rammed that right front into that wall. So he'll probably still be out there, but that's a tough hit for him.
Well, the $1 Million Man has to be Chad Coleman out there with the call of the night. Staying out, no tire changes, has been out there for well over 100 laps, folks, to the beginning of this one. And now got the caution, maintained in 4th place. He's going to have excellent track position, and it's what he wants. He's dominated the regular season in points. He definitely wants to come out here in the chase. He's coming in 3rd in the points tonight. He's got to keep in tow with those guys, man. Dave Comstock and E.J. O'Rourke. He said he knows those guys aren't giving up.
Oh, absolutely not. No, it's going to be a challenge for him here the rest of the season. You see these guys come on the pit road, man. I mean, wow, they couldn't even catch up to the pace car in time, and they tried to come in pretty hot. I'm not sure if anybody got a penalty there on entry, but I mean, Martinsville, you could go a lap down quick here on pit road. So even if you are on the lead lap when that caution comes out, you got to hurry up and get around to that pace car and get yourself down on the pits.
All right, been a good one here under caution. Only the 2nd time here tonight. So it was on a good long green flag run. And that man right there, Chad Coleman, he stayed out the entire race on tires. And the first caution of the race did not go in. Fell back to 4th, was able to hold on to it. Justin Fuller, he's still going to come out here with Tommy Rhines in 2nd. David Comstock will be in 3rd. Those top 3 have been pretty much up front all night long, but now let's see what Chad Coleman can do with new tires.
I'm curious to see if, not to see, but I'm curious as if David Comstock didn't hold off a little bit and let Tommy come out 2nd so that he could start in that inside line behind Justin and put Tommy Ryan up on the high side because, you know, they came in, it was Justin, David, and then Tommy, and then they come out, it's Justin, Tommy, and then David. So that would be one of my strategies as a driver, would be to come out and 3rd instead of 2nd. That way you can start on the inside right behind the leader.
Oh, going by green flag, and just a note on that one, I would not even have thought about that. So there you go. Pace cars in, we're going back green. We're going to see if it pays off. If Justin Fuller does get a good jump, and you see David Comstock, he does go straight to the inside, side by side with the man outside, but is it going to work with Tommy Ryan? Is he going to be able to hold that stick and make it stick? Look at him behind him there with Mike Kelly and company.
Wow, it's a beautiful thing watching these trucks go through the turn like that, all synchronized, too wide all the way back there, and a battle everywhere you look.
Yeah, it is. And Dave Comstock right now has got that inside lane, but Tommy Ryan's just got just as much tires and lean on each other as Mike Kelly. He moves it up into the 4th place spot. You got Chad Coleman falls back to that spot. Here comes E.J. O'Rourke, Nick Silver on the inside, but still battle for second. Oh, Dave had hit the curb and almost lost it.
Yeah, Tommy, man, he really didn't give him a whole lot of room down there, and that's one way to keep somebody from passing you. I mean, he really ran David all the way up onto the curb. You know, that yellow curb here at Martinsville's a doozy. Sometimes you hit that thing and you can lose it easily. And luckily, David hold on to it, but he's going to drop back to 3rd there right in front of Mike Kelly.
Now, is that something, though, man, you put in your mental note bag and think about later on in the race?
Oh, yeah, you want to hold them down there, and, you know, hopefully they don't run you in. You know, David, you know, he could have easily drove up, doored Tommy up the track a little bit and said, hey, man, you need to give me some room down here, and that's one way to tell him. But David, you know, he's very professional, and, you know, it's a little early on, so he kind of just drove down onto the apron instead of tapping the 66 truck. But look at Mike Kelly coming, man. He's done got around the 20 of Chad Coleman. He's trying to run down David here.
Absolutely. I'm also watching this battle back here. Bobby Terrell, Scott Simley, Josh Parker. They're hammering on each other.
Well, you know, if Josh Parker's in there, it's going to be a race. And Josh down on the bottom right now with Scott on the high side. Looks like he's got him clear down the backstretch. And his next victim looks like it's going to be the 4, Bobby Terrell. But we know how hard it is for that muscle milk machine to get by that thing. It's got a lot of muscle under the hood and behind the wheel as well.
Absolutely it does. And he's up the 8th place spot right now with Josh Parker right there in tow, sitting in 9th. Behind him, the 51 of Nick Timms in 12th. Sean Castro up to 11th. Scott Simley there in 10th. But you're talking about Mike Kelly. Mike Kelly's trying to run down David Comstock as Tommy Ryan's actually is putting the moves on. He's trying to run down Justin Fuller.
Well, they're all trying to run down Justin Fuller, Joe. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, you're right. Hey, you're right. Right.
I know. No, they're coming up on lap traffic here, so that might play a little bit of a role. We'll see how that works out. Tommy Ryan's getting ever so close to the back end of Justin, and makes you wonder what's going through Justin's head right now. And he moves up the track just a little bit, opens the door. Tommy takes it, look, and then what a save there. Just that little bit of contact, though.
I'm going to tell you, you know, right there, Tommy probably could have sent Justin around. He understood the situation. I think he may have just got out of it just in time. Did make a little contact right there. And that'll wake old Justin Fuller up.
You know, in the 52, he dove it down in there and kind of slid up the track in the middle and then hammered down off the corner. It's kind of like a diamond. It's, you know, they call it diamond in the corner. And the 66 had very good rotation there through the center. And he seen the door open and he took it. But, yeah, the 52 tried to close the door on him, and the 66 bumper was there. And, you know, they hung on to it, though, so we still got a battle going on.
Yeah, no harm, no foul is what I like to say, man. But up front, you still got those two battling. I'm watching Bobby Terrell back here with Scott Simley. Josh Parker and Nick Silver, man, they're in a good battle back here.
Oh, yeah. It's been a battle the whole time here for 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th. I mean, really all the way around the track, but, you know, most notably would be, you know, 5th through 15th. Those 10 spots, man, been really hot.
Yes, it is, as these guys, man, are all nose to tail right now. Definitely putting on a good battle so far. Steve Goschalk, man, I tell you, it's not the night he wants. He's back at 18th. Wow, I hate to see that on his end.
Yeah, he still got time, though, Joe. You know, as long as he keeps his head down and puts in work, he should be all right. That 11 is Corey Chester there. Right now, he's 2 laps down. He just went down his 2nd lap there when Justin Fuller went around him. He moves up the track, though. He's playing a nice game out there.
Absolutely is. Joey Katina up there to 17th. Timothy Johnson, who was up front earlier on, he's back in the 16th right now. You got Doug Sigmund right there in the 15th spot. Chris Jaboo. 14th, Ryan Howard, who was up front there for a while. He's back 13th. Nick Timms 12th. Sean Castro 11th. Josh Parker, we were just talking about him, and Josh Parker's on pit road.
Yeah, I see that. He comes in, looks like he's going to take it behind the wall there. And
Wow.
I don't know what happened to Ryan Howard there. He's back in 12th right now. And, he had a pretty good pit stop. So I'm not sure how he lost so many spots.
I'm just wondering what happened to Josh Parker. He didn't hit anything.
Yeah, he might have felt some type of vibration, or could have been anything there.
Huh.
I'm not sure.
Yeah, because he was up there battling for position, and then just he didn't spin. I don't know. Anyways, hey, it's on pit road. Like I say, gonna call it quits for the night. So parks it on pit road behind the wall. But back up front, Justin Fuller still out front. Tommy Ryan's trying to run him down there and try to see if we can figure out a way to get around him. He can get to him, but just getting around him is another thing. You got Dave Comstock still up in the third. Mike Kelly has held on to fourth. Chad Coleman up in the fifth. And Chad Coleman, just a magnificent pit call earlier, has kept him up here up top. In the top five all race long.
Absolutely, yeah. Great strategy so far. It's been working out phenomenally for him. But yeah, if anybody can get around Justin Fuller, it would be Tommy Ryan or Dave Comstock, and even Mike Kelly. I think Mike Kelly's got a winning truck tonight. Like I said, I watched him in practice a little bit. He's very smooth with it, very fast truck. So any one of these trucks here in the top 5, maybe top 10, could still bring this thing home. We'll see how it goes. Got about 50 laps left. Well, not that many, but
a little less than 40. 38.
Yeah, 37,
yeah. Give or take a few. But it has been a good one. These guys have been very patient. There are 2 cautions here so far tonight. Me and you were talking about that. Yeah, you would think that, it's Martinsville. A lot of cautions, but they've just been very patient out here now. Obviously, with 10 to go, we're going to see how much of that patience that they've got.
That's right. When it gets down to the end, we're going to find out, how good of teammates these guys really are, the 52 and the 42. And EJ O'Rourke as well, he's part of Aftermath, I believe. And, we got Tommy Ryan up there surrounded by those Aftermath guys. So he's really the one that's looking to steal it away from him,
Yes, he is. Justin Fuller still out front in this one. Tommy Ryan's, like you say, sitting in second. Dave Comstock there in third. Mike Kelly. And I'm watching Nick Silver right here. He's working over the back end there of EJ O'Rourke. If he can't maybe take that 6th place spot away.
Another great truck, man. The 15. We've talked about him a few times here tonight. Been battling a lot, inside, outside. But he's always been right there, up there towards the top 10. And as long as you can keep it somewhere up there close, you might have a shot at it. You never know what could happen. It could be a late caution or whatnot, or it could be an accident up towards the front, or your fastest truck, the one leading the race, could always make a mistake.
Oh yeah, no doubt about it here at Martinsville. Mistakes can happen very quickly here. Sometimes by your fault, and sometimes maybe have a little help by the guy behind you.
That's right. Yeah, hopefully you got some teammates, some friends out there, some guys that'll cut you a break or whatnot.
Yeah, as you see Nick Silver, he's working over the back end there of EJ O'Rourke. As you see Tommy Ryan's, he closes in on Justin Fuller as they go around some lap traffic right there. As we're getting down here, about 30 laps to go.
Yeah, Justin went into 3 there, got up on the apron a little bit, and, he held it down, and made it through somehow or another without losing a whole lot.
You can see him coming off them turns, just being a little bit, you see that rear end just getting a little wiggly.
Oh yeah, you get on that apron, man, and that thing could snap out from underneath you one way or the other. You just got to be prepared for it. And one thing I know about Justin is, even if he is on the apron or on the racetrack, he's going to stay hard on that gas pedal.
Oh yeah, no doubt. Well, he sees Tommy Ryan's breathing down his back deck lid back there. as he moves up on the back end. But Tommy right now understands maybe a little bit earlier to put the bumper to him, because he might, Justin might be able to get right back up there to him, but he's just testing the waters. Can I get to him right now? And maybe make him, he's probably thinking, can I make Justin make a mistake?
Oh, yeah. Tommy he could be just riding there, sipping on a soda, just kind of hanging out, while Justin's up there trying to stay in front of Tommy. And, just Tommy being in his mirror is a little bit of mental warfare.
Yeah, no doubt. And that's just enough to make a guy, he's going to look up and say, man, that dude's just right there on me. Is he going to hit me? Is he not going to hit me? You got to worry about it. And you might mess up, make a breaking point, mess up, not get back on the throttle. And next thing you know, he's on the inside. And just like that, you got a truck on the outside of you hitting the wall.
Yeah.
He's got all kinds of things to worry about.
Yeah, the benefit of being the second one in line there, like Tommy Ryan is, you can actually see what, the guy in front of you is doing. And if it's working better than you, it's a little harder to judge that when you're looking in the mirror trying to figure out what he's doing and if it's faster. So Tommy can see everything. He knows what's fast and what's not. And, as soon as the door opens, he'll take it if he wants to.
And I think it is. I think right now he's just trying to set him up. He's just saying, look, Justin, I'm letting you know I am pretty quick back here. And right now these guys, man, are just zooming around this place. It's got a little less than 25 to go. I think it's just a matter of time. He's wanting to see, man, Justin's going to make a mistake.
Yeah, he's only made one mistake that I know of, and that was at, I believe, Texas it was. He had a winning truck there. He could have walked away with that win, and I think it was a pit strategy put him in the back, and he ended up getting caught up in a caution in an accident. So pretty much threw that one away. That's the only time I've seen him make a mistake, and I wouldn't even really call that a mistake. So it'd be hard for Justin to make a mistake, man. He is an awful fast driver, and he's very consistent. And he might be a little bit aggressive, but he knows how to channel that aggressiveness into speed. Yeah.
And what Tommy's hoping is he makes him nervous, I guess, is the thing is, like what you just said, I'm going to go off that. Justin definitely a very fantastic driver, does not make a lot of mistakes out here. So maybe Tommy is just trying to look, saying, okay, if I can get up there to his back bumper, maybe make him mirror drive a lot. You got to have so much concentration here. You mentioned it earlier around this track. You can tell Tommy's fast enough to get up there. Hey, what's up, my bog? How you doing? You want to say, hey, there you go. It takes a lot of mental stuff out here.
Yeah, they don't really have a lot of pressure from behind. So when Tommy does make that move, if it doesn't work, he don't have to worry about Dave Comstock, because Dave's not quite there yet. Only thing really going against them is they're running out of time, the guys that are further back. But it's working out into Tommy's favor. We're coming to, 19 to go here. And Tommy's right there. So one of these times he's going to try to stick it in there if he can get there.
Yeah, out front, like you said, still got Justin Fuller out front. Tommy Ryan's there in second. E.J. O'Rourke, he's falling back to seventh here. Chad Coleman up still at the fifth. Nick Silver there in the sixth place spot. Mike Kelly still hanging on the fourth. Dave Comstock hanging on there to the third. And yeah, I'm with you out there on Jason, man, on that one. They can keep the cores, man. I'll stick to my Diet Mountain.
Yeah, same. I'll take a big red.
Big red. Hey. Man, I'll tell you what, it's been a good race for it to be Martinsville. Normally you get out here and you think Martinsville, oh Lord, here we go. Short track. But these guys have done a fantastic job, modulating around this track, being very patient out here, taking their time, understanding what this track, you got to kind of just race the track a lot of times here. It's like, almost like what a road course is, you got to take what this place will give you sometimes.
Yeah, sometimes it don't give you a whole lot either, and you still got to take it anyways.
Well, like what you said last night, you had to, you had to put the bumper to somebody. Well, the track just was not going to give you the groove, and hey, look, you just had to take it, and that's just kind of some of the things here with the short tracks. They call it, the paper clip here, the conveyor belt. Because if you look at overhead shot, that's kind of what it looks like. It's a little 2 drag strips down
that's
the
right.
front and back stretch and turns on the ends.
Well, but I also said that it didn't really work out for me. I did get that spot, but he was right behind me there, and he was really mad. So I finished like 19th.
So you're saying that he retaliated?
Absolutely. So it's your choice. Do you want to do it or not? And of course, I did it. Work out. So
it wouldn't. That's a perfect example of what I'm talking about, Gerald. And as we see, Tommy Ryan came out turned loose, but perfect example of what we were just talking about. This pretty much this whole entire race, because Tommy Ryan's is sitting in that position right now. He knows he can get to Justin Fuller, and hopefully maybe can get up there. You don't want to do it too early. If you do something like that, you've got to think, okay, last lap, 2 laps to go. Make sure that guy can't get back to you, because, like you said, if they do, it'll be trouble.
Oh, yeah, and I totally agree. Wait till a little bit later in the race, 2 or 3 to go, if not less than that, and make your move. Tommy got a little loose there, lost a little bit of track position there. He can't keep doing that. Now we're getting down to the end of this thing. He's going to be coming to 10 to go this time by, so Tommy's going to have to work his butt off to try to get back up to the back end. He was in a good spot there. He lost that little bit of track. Now he's got to work for a second. But with a fast truck, this will be his chance to see how fast he really is. He's not going to have to just ride behind. He's got to actually catch back up to him, and it looks like he's able to pull back up to him there.
Yeah, got them tires a little cool, get back settled down a little bit, thinking about what you got to do. We got 9 to go, and Oliver, there's 2 things I'll point out. Last lap puts an end to it, usually with 5 to go. The caution comes out, that will put an end to it. Tommy Ryan overdrove the turn. That right there could be the move that Justin Fuller needs, because if he doesn't have enough time to get back up there, I think Tommy, man, his tires might be shot.
Yeah, he's driving it really hard. He's trying to make it happen right now. It's go time.
And I'm gonna tell you, Justin Fuller went up on the apron right there for a moment. If they keep this up, they're gonna have Dave Comstock up there on the back end, because Justin made a mistake. Tommy made a mistake. I think both of these guys are really, really running these things hard right now.
Yeah, when that 10 to go mark comes, it's pedal to the metal and get every bit you can get out of that race truck off of that track. You can only get what the track will give you, so you got to take what it gives you here. And you're right, Dave. That's what he's looking for. One of these guys to make another mistake, and he'll be right there. Problem is, he's running out of time, 6 to go here when he crosses the line.
Absolutely. And the thing about it, too, I think one of the reasons why Justin Fuller might be running hard, you'd think, why is he doing it? He's out front leading this one, and he's got a gap. Well, he doesn't want Tommy Ryan's to get back up to his bumper, because he understands it's getting about to that point of, if Tommy's there, well, it might take just a little love tap and move him out the way. That's
right, man. Run it hard. Stay away from him, especially right now. Get, like I said, every bit you can get.
It looks like Tommy Ryan's closing the gap ever so slightly right now, as long as they don't make too many mistakes. Justin's been able to come off the turns just a little bit better. Tommy's driving into the turns a lot better.
Yeah, he's coming off a little bit sideways and everything he can get. He's putting that hammer down, and we got, 4 to go?
4 to go in this one here. It's a battle for the lead up here, as Justin Fuller's been able to hold on to it. Now, the one thing Justin doesn't want to do, though, he doesn't want to wreck that thing. He'd rather, to me, personally, I mean, don't get me wrong, I'd love to win the race, but you come in leading the points, a guy behind you who's not in the points, if he can get up there and he's gonna beat and bang with you, the one thing you don't want to do is would you rather finish second or finish 15th?
That's right. I totally agree.
Yeah, you already got some other competitors out here had bad points days, so look at the big picture here. But as of right now, definitely he's got that lead. Stay out front as long as you can.
Yeah, I know, and I think everybody else is pretty much single file. You know, there's a little space between most of these guys. I think our second closest battle is Chad Coleman and Nick Silver. That's for fifth. Chad's in fifth, Nick's in sixth. But last lap, white flag, Joe. This is it.
Yep, white flag. Is he going to be able to get close enough to him? Coming into turn 3, final time here for Justin Fuller. Lap car will not matter. They'll come out of turn 4. Justin Fuller is going to put it in victory lane here at Martinsville. Tommy Ryan comes up in second. Dave Comstock is going to end this thing up in third and then do an awesome drift job coming into the turn.
What a great job by Justin Fuller, man. You know, he battled back from some adversity that he had early on, dropped back to fifth, worked his way back up towards the front, man, and pretty much dominated this thing. He led 126 laps tonight, man. Congratulations.
Awesome run between these guys here tonight. Man, I tell you what a battle throughout the whole entire field here. As Dave Comstock, man, right there finishes up in third. But man, Justin Fuller, wow.
Great race.
Yeah, good one on his end, man. He held off on up front there. Chad Coleman ended up pretty good here himself too tonight.
Yeah, he made it happen, man. He did what he had to do. Come home with just out of the top 5. He's going to finish in 6th, man. So, yeah, great run by him. He did what he had to do to gain as many points as he could. And actually, Nick made it by Chad there in that last lap or two. So, that was that battle I was talking about between those guys. They were battling for that 5th spot, and Nick, he's going to pull it off there in the top 5.
Yeah, he is, and but still, good run there by Chad Coleman. You're right, Nick Silver coming to 5th. But let's bring up third place man Dave Comstock. Let's get a word in with him.
David Comstock, you got a copy?
Hey, how's it going?
Hey, it's going good, man. You had a fast truck starting off the race on the pole. What happened there at the end, man? Looked like they kind of separated from you.
Yeah, I wasn't good on short runs, so I needed it to go long run, and the first 2 runs we had was good. I was able to keep pace and at least the first run hold position and stuff. And Fuller, he got by me on pit stops. The left rear or the rear tire changer was slow, so gonna have to fire him after this week and get a new guy. No, but yeah, just after that, just trying to hold track position, and I got the curbs through 3 and 4. Tom was able to get by me, and I was driving for all I could to try to keep up and hope I was there for a long run to try to reel him back in, but I used my stuff up at the end there. So it is what it is. Top 3, I'll take it.
Oh, yeah, man. What was the toughest part about the race there tonight? Was it the track or the...
I wouldn't say the track was good. It had good grip in it. Just the setup that we were under. You can't really put a whole lot of rear brake into it. It was unbalanced under braking, especially into 3. Saw a lot of us always sliding around and through 3 and 4 a bunch. You get a lot of wheel hop. So just trying to manage that, trying to just manage the drive off with the rear tires and stuff, not wearing them out. And other guys did a better job, and we didn't do as good of a job, but we still came with a P3. So it's all at night. We'll take it.
Oh, yeah, man. You had a very fast truck, no doubt about it. The Gary Mercer truck in racingbiz.com, number 42, man. It was quick, as always, and you put it on the pole tonight. So you got a little bit of fun out there.
Yeah. I'd like to thank our sponsors on the car and all supporters, Aftermath Motorsports, supporting us with Fuller, EJ, and I, and Trey whenever he's able to join us for coming over here and running. Sim500 putting on leagues, Sim Speed Shop for sponsoring the series. You guys were broadcasting for us. Sponsors in the car, racingbiz.com every Thursday night, 7 p.m. Eastern. Go check out Jonathan's auctions that he runs there with the merchandise he has for offer. You can try to get your hands on. And also there is a charity auction that we're holding on October 25th at 7 p.m. Eastern as well for Breast Cancer Awareness Month. So a really special featured event that we're doing there. So tune into that. Moss Energy, Gary Mercer Trucking, JD Laird, JDR Graphics for Paint My Truck, EJ Brakes, Hick and Jicks, friends, fans, and family watching. Thank you guys.
Hey, man, good job tonight. You come in to the points 5th, and I think you're going to gain a little bit of ground there. So great run here at Martinsville.
Yep, just keep it up. Try to get to that cutoff.
All right, there you have it. Third place man Dave Comstock did an outstanding job, man, coming out of his one. Well, Tommy Rhines, he almost tried to pull it off here, did everything he could. I think he just ran out of tire. Let's bring him up, just talking with him.
Tommy Ryan, it's Jerry West. You got a copy?
Yeah, man, 10-4.
Hey, man, you had a fast truck. I was waiting for you to pull a move there, and you kept getting loose off the corner, man. What was holding you back from running him down? I know he was fast.
I needed him to make a mistake because even if I got up under him, man, it was, if you were on the top, you could make it roll. But I really needed Fuller to really screw up. And he did a couple times, but then so did I. And I could really get to his bumper, and I didn't want to dump him or anything for it. I would like to have moved him, but I didn't trust it enough to do that without killing him, and I didn't want to ruin his deal. And I try to race as clean as I can, man. It's a lot of people don't have a whole lot of respect for others, but for some reason I do. I guess because I go to church or something. I don't know.
No, come on now. There's a couple of us out there now, Tommy. You know that. But the Coastal Safety Auditors, Northern Tool Equipment, man, it came out of the race straight tonight. How'd you keep it clean?
Track position, dude. You had to keep it. I was hoping I didn't get caught in this, speeding in the pits or anything really stupid. I've been doing a lot of stupid stuff getting to the back of these things, and I just had to race smart, man. Know who you're racing. Like when me and Comstock and Fuller were digging there with, three of us, I was actually just cruising, man. And Ryan, my teammate, was back there in a dogfight. I was like, dude, I'm just out here on a Sunday drive, man. We're just chilling.
Oh yeah. I kind of said that too. I said he might be back here having a soda, just watching and intimidating Justin, man. You had a great truck, man, and I kind of thought you was gonna make a run for it there at the end. Unfortunately, you couldn't pull it off tonight, man. But you got a good second place spot. Kept the truck clean, man. Great run for you, and can't say nothing else about it, man. You did great.
Yeah, it's so much fun running here with guys that have a little bit of talent that understand what it takes to keep these things under control, and you can get 3 wide and things. But yeah, it's second sucks, but if I keep putting myself up here, I'm eventually going to get another one of these wins, and they're hard to get, without causing a lot of controversy and people pissed off at you, and but hell, like I say, some people don't give a shit. Some of them do. Sorry about the language there, but hey, I had a blast, man. I'll finish second clean any day and first and dirty.
Hey, I agree, man. I totally agree, man. I enjoy running with you, and I know, man, these guys are quick, man. So anytime you can get a win over here with these guys, man, it's a big thing. I would say so. Great run tonight, man. Anybody want to thank?
Yeah, obviously my sponsor, Coastal Safety Auditors, Northern Tool, DJ Beverly. He's struggling in this league a little bit. We're trying to keep his head up, but trying to get him out of the swamp in the back and get him up here where the race is a little cleaner. But we'll keep working on him. But I appreciate it, guys.
All right, man. Good job.
All right, second place man right there, Tommy Ryan's done an outstanding job here. Well, let's bring up this guy. Well, I'll tell you, once he got out front, it was no stopping him here tonight. Justin Fuller, Joe White in the booth. Got a copy?
Yeah, we got you. How we doing?
Pretty good. Well, typical Martinsville, man. You got out front there. You led most of it out here tonight. How was the truck? Was you a little bit worried about the old Tommy right there behind you?
Tommy kept me honest, that's for sure. I don't know if he was any faster, if we were pretty even. I appreciate him racing me clean, being that I'm in the chase and everything. And I was fully expecting to get moved there around lap 30 or so, because I think he was a little bit quicker than me then. But he didn't. I was honestly surprised. I was fully expecting, at least get the bumper once, but he never did it. So we were able to just keep the truck clean all night and have a good run.
Yeah, once you got out front there, you definitely was able to do it. Now, Dave Comstock earlier on, when you was behind him, what was the difference? I mean, being out front, was it a lot easier to control this track being out front than it was behind somebody?
I personally, I think I'm a better driver at this track when I'm behind somebody, chasing that rabbit. I got something to base off of. I know this track looks symmetrical, but each corner drives completely different. Turn 1, I was really tight on entry, but turn 3, I was extremely loose on entry. But I mean, David was fast too. I think David was a solid third on speed tonight. I think he held up Tommy earlier in the race. But it's the way you drive this track and being able to roll the bottom.
Typical Martinsville, short track racing, but you pulled it off here tonight with Sim500, simspeedshop.com. Got anybody you want to thank?
Yeah, I want to thank Sim500 for putting this series together and everything everybody does behind the scenes. This is a great league to be a part of. I mean, tonight we only had, 3 cautions on a 150 lap race. I mean, how much better does that get in Martinsville? You don't see that very often. I want to thank simspeedshop.com for sponsoring the series. I want to thank you guys for putting on the broadcasts. You guys do a great job every week. I want to thank my sponsors, Kick-Ass Beef Jerky. Looking for some really good jerky. They sent me some really good stuff. I just ordered some more. They got value packs on their website with free shipping. Check them out. They sent mine first class. I don't know if they do that for everybody, but they sent mine first class. It was here in 2 days. Probably they don't want to keep it in the mail too long, but they're a great sponsor. They came on board here mid-season. We're trying to get ourselves into the Final Four. We got a tough road ahead of us. We had a really tough round last round. Got behind on points, so we're gonna have to go for those stage points and get some more of these wins here these next couple races.
Well, a good start to a good outing here tonight as you put it in victory lane here at Martinsville. There you go. We have it. Justin Fuller, winner tonight here at Martinsville. Well, I'll tell you what, let's go through an unofficial results order here as Justin Fuller does put it in victory lane. Tommy Ryan's there in second. Dave Comstock up in the third. Mike Kelly fourth. Nick Silver there in fifth. Chad Coleman in sixth. E.J. O'Rourke seventh. Scott Simley up in eighth. Ryan Howard ninth. Around the top 10, you got Nick Timms. We'll look through the rest of this field. Man, what a race here at Martinsville. What you think, Gerald?
What a great race, man. Justin nailed it. He said it, just like it should have been said. Great league. How often do you see a race at Martinsville with, this many trucks on it and only have 3 cautions? And what a beautiful truck to be in victory lane. I mean, he's got an awesome paint job on that thing. So, congratulations to him and the Kick-Ass Beef Jerky truck, man. I mean, he put on a great show. All these guys did. I really enjoyed it, and nothing better than watching a race like this at Martinsville. So great job to all the drivers for Sim500.
There you go. Have at it, man.